Now, back to the conference floor where Lloyd Bracey has been joined by the Association of MBA's accreditation guru, Dr. Robert Owen. Lloyd.
Well, Martin, he's far too modest ever to refer to himself as a guru, I'm sure. Dr. Owen, accreditation from the association really is the baseline. I mean, no one need run a school unless they've got the accreditation. So what would you advise students to look for above the accreditation?
Okay. Well, our accreditation represents a threshold of quality that all schools must come above to gain accredited status. But there are other things that go beyond that, and that is one of the most important is internationalization, and that can come through curriculum content, which most schools can do that. Also the internationalization of their faculty, so whether the faculty is composed of faculty from all over the world, worldwide.
The teachers themselves?
Yeah, that's right. And whether students can have got opportunities for student exchange, so they can do part of the MBA at another school in another country.
Now, you've been doing this job since 1995. There's been a lot of change in a very short time,
Right.
most of it, I venture to say, in the last few years. But what do you detect have been the major changes since you first went into your office?
Well, MBA provision has become much more complex. When I started, there was just full-time, part-time, and maybe distance learning. Now schools are introducing flexible or blended learning programs. They're doing joint degrees with other schools to gain this international dimension. And there's also the use of technology, both in their marketing and also in the delivery.
Has the mindset changed a lot as well? Because in those days, I'm guessing you didn't hear a lot about corporate social responsibility. You didn't hear a lot about the ethics of
That's
the business,
right.
but you
Yeah,
do now.
That's right. Over the last 10 to 15 years, there's been a gradual change in going from teaching just hard skills into teaching soft skills. And now more recently, the last 5 years, schools have introduced topics such as sustainability, CSR and ethics to go from the shareholder value focus to the stakeholder value focus.
And what about then looking ahead? What does the future hold? I mean, you've seen these changes in the last 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
What are you going to see in the next?
I think much more internationalization of MBA programs, exchange of joint programs between schools, and more use of technology, learning at a distance.
And when you look to the future,
Yes.
how optimistic are you?
I'm quite optimistic. When we go to schools to undertake assessments, we see a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of belief in what they're doing as well. And there's a general move towards producing the responsible manager, and that can only be beneficial to society in the long run.